Hello, it's me again, Paula. And well, today I have prepared an all over the place video. It's kind of what I read in 2019 and also kind of little book haul and what are my goals for 2020. Let's start it. Well, 2019 was a year I recover my love of for reading, or at least I was making a conscious effort to reading more. Like in 2018, I kind of start reading again. It was like, you love this, why you don't do it? Like, why are you stopping doing this that you love so much? So and maybe in a future video I can talk about my relationship with reading and what makes me anxious about reading for some time. So but maybe in the future, I don't know. In 2018 I read this book, I have it over here, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. And I must say that I want everyone in the world to read this book. Like, it was amazing. I read it and this destroyed me. And then I didn't have anyone to talk about the book, like, at all. And that's the time when I find BookTube. I find this video by Hannah, Clockwork Reader, I think that is the name of her channel. Everyone knows her, I'm pretty sure. And talking about this book, I entered YouTube and was like, Turtles all the way down there. This must be someone talking about this, and I find Hannah's video. And that's one of the many ways this book changed my life, because I find BookTube thanks to this little guy over here. I find BookTube, I start feeling, connected to book again, because I was watching people that was loving books and talking about books all the time, and I was so happy. And so my goal in 2018 was reading 15 books. And in 2019 was reading 25 books. I keep in my journey a little lists and notes, to make it real for me, because I can touch it, I can see this list, I can change it. 2019, I think I read 27 or 26 books, I don't remember. I entered in a reading slump, reading this book, like I could make a run review about it, but I hate it. But then I start reading and trying to watch a bunch of video in BookTube, so I could see people being excited and try new things. I finished my goal and I was so happy about it. That's the moment when I decide, okay, and next year goal is going to be 35 books. And I know a lot of people in BookTube have like 100 books in their Goodreads challenge, but I was like, okay, I want to make something that is attainable for me. I was like, okay, 10 more books. And then it started 2020, and what I am trying to say is, like, doing the first video at the end of 2019 inspired me to read more. And I was in that video, I was saying like, this, give me your secret, I want to read more. And right now, this is the first week of February. Right now I read, I think, like 17 books or something. Like, just in January I read like 14 books, and I was like, 10 books in a month? Never. Well, maybe when I was younger and I was in the university, but since I moved to Panama, I live in Panama. Since I moved to Panama, that never happened. And it's like, it's so weird. Like, I keep working, I keep, going on dates with my boyfriend, I keep doing all these things with my friends, but I am also reading like 14 books. It's like, What I want to share is some of my reading goals for this year. The first one was reading 35 books, and I think if I keep going like this, I could accomplish that. I want to read out of my comfort zone because I really like contemporary and young adult and some classics, but last year I experiment a little bit and I read some thrillers and I really love it. And I read some historical fiction and I really love it, so I want to read at least 3 thrillers this year, 3 historical fiction novels. Also I read Coming by Michelle Obama, and that book, I don't know, I want to challenge myself and what I want to read. I would like to read some horror. I have some books in my radar. I want to read horror, but I'm kinda pussy, like I'm really a scary cat. So not really body horror. I don't want to read anything with graphic rape or something like that. I am more like fantasy horror, like The Shape of the Water. That's kind of fantasy horror and I really like it. Or Pan's Labyrinth, or maybe Guillermo del Toro work. Something that I really enjoy and I would like to read books about that. I also want to include like read at least monthly Latin American author or also Venezuelan author, because I am from Venezuela. Hi, how are you? I used to love reading Venezuelan literature. Like I have a bunch of books from Venezuelan author, because when I was moving to Panama, I knew I wouldn't find those books anywhere else. So ones were the most precious books that I will have to bring with me. Maybe in the future I can talk about you about immigration and moving with your books. Also, I want to say, like, one of the things that has helped me read the most is reading in my phone. Like I have all the books here in my phone, and this is amazing because I really believe if you want to read more, you have to read any time that you have available, because if you are in the bus, read. If you are in a party and it's kind of lame and you don't want to look rude, you can read in your phone. Because if you take a book, imagine in a party someone like you're going to be like the guy with the guitar, the guy that played the guitar in the party. You don't want to be the guy, but if you're in your phone, like, oh, look at this, I am on Instagram. But life, you are reading. You are reading. No one knows that you are a learner. Everyone is thinking that you are just being cool in your phone, and you are like, interesting. The only problem with this is if someone die, you have to go to the bathroom and cry a little bit. It's really weird when you're reading in public and one character die and you have to pretend that everything is fine. Like you don't know how many times I've been at work and I am reading on my phone, like everything is okay, I am on a break because I don't read in work hours, and someone entered on my office and I am like, and they're like, everything is okay, something happened with your family, Venezuela or something, and you're like, yeah, everything is okay. And like, yeah, just give me a moment. And you have to try to pretend that anything happened. So yeah, that are my goals. If you have any thriller recommendation, one of the thriller I will tell you, one of the thriller that I loved last year was Sadie. by Courtney Summers, I think is the author name. I hear the audiobook was one of my first audiobooks. Everyone was like, this book, but listen to the audiobook. And then I listened to the audiobook and it was like, destroy. I want some recommendation for thrillers. I want some recommendation for horror. So I would like to some recommendations to dark romance. You know, something like, you know, this weird romance when everything is like problematic. I tend not to read something like that, but now I'm really curious and I would like to dive deep in something like that. And also, if you know, so now I want to talk about some book hauls and maybe some comments about the books. This book is not really mine. It's my boyfriend. He makes me read it. It's Galapagos by Kurt Vonnegut. I really didn't enjoy this book. I find it a little bit boring and it's like it doesn't have plot. Who knows her? Character development? Who knows her? If you're not going to have plot and not character development, please, the writing has to be the most exquisite, beautiful thing that I will ever read, and it wasn't. Like, I gave this book, I think, 3 stars. Like, I understand why people love this book. I understand why my boyfriend liked it, but it wasn't for me. Oh, but I will read more of this of Kurt, my little friend Kurt. I win this book in a Instagram giveaway. It's Back with Money by Gabby Dunn. If you don't know, Gabby Dunn is a bisexual icon. We have a podcast about money, also a great podcast about friendship, female friendship and brutal honesty with her comedy partner, Alison Raskin. I win this book and I am just so happy, and because I want to read more nonfiction. I'm just really maybe in February I can read this book. I am so happy about it. This was a Christmas gift, and it was it's War of the Foxes by Richard Sikin or Sikin. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so happy. I have this book in my wish list. Best friend, boyfriend, give it to me. Thank you, Juanfer, if you're watching this. Richard Sikin, he write this amazing poetry book called Crush. And I'm just so thrilled to being able to have one of his book, a copy of one of his book, because Crush, I have the ebook also because I couldn't get it, and well, I am so happy. And look at this is so beautiful. This is a bookmark that my boyfriend buy for me in Colombia, and it's so cute. Like, I love it. It's here. Okay, also this book, like, this was one of the best discoveries of my 2019. This book and this author is from Tinkle with Love by Sandia Menon. I find this book in a coffee shop. You can take it, you can take a book and leave a book, and I choose this one. Okay, this was a mango because it was signed. Like, who gave this away? I read this book. It was amazing. I really like it. Like, it's not the best theme that I read, but I was reading this really depressing book that put me in a reading slump, and then I read this and it was like like a fresh lemonade. It was so cute and so happy, and I learned a lot about the culture. I don't know, and just I just love it, and it was for free. So okay, this was my boyfriend Christmas gift. And I'm just going to show you. Okay, I read Wayward Sam right away, and it was amazing. In my opinion, it was amazing, mind-blowing, like what she did about the chosen one trope.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular.
Like, and I really want this edition, and I was so sad because I thought, okay, this is so expensive, I can buy it. And I told my boyfriend, and I knew we didn't have a lot of money because we were planning this trip to Colombia to see my mom. I fly my mom from Venezuela to Colombia so we can spend Christmas together, because Venezuela situation, we didn't want to spend Christmas in Venezuela. But he gave it to me. He knew I really want it. And look at it inside. The dust jacket is so beautiful, and I think it have more. I want to reread this book now that I have it, because I read it in ebook also. I read a lot in ebook because you can find really nice cheaper offers, or even sometimes I part with a friend. It's like, okay, we are going to buy it, you off, and I can read it first, and then I borrow you my Kindle, or you can enter in my account. You know, the struggle, like, if you don't have money, like, you need to read. A girl needs to read. Now, this guy. In my last video, I told you that I want to finish this Big Bad Boy, and I did it. I love it. It's 4 out of 5 star, and I think it's not 5 star because I didn't cry. I was expecting to cry. It's like 100 Years Solitude. Are you telling me that I'm not going to cry? I put this book down so many times because I thought I wasn't prepared, cry a lot, and I didn't cry reading this book. I like to cry sometimes. Like a good cry can make you read from 4 to 5 stars. It's a really good book. The only problem that I find with this book, maybe I could talk about it in depth in the video, because I make a reading blog in Colombia with this book, and I am filming this because that video is being hard to edit, so I need the content. The thing that made me feel more uncomfortable about Gabriel Garcia Marquez in general is like, I read this and I read Memories of My Melancholic Horse. That book is about pedophile. It's a love story between a really old dude and this underage prostitute. Like, they never touch, they never talk. It's about his infatuation, the idea of her, and she is in love of the idea of him. So nothing really happened, but in 100 Years Solitude, this guy fell in love of this little girl that she also wet her bed. I was like, why this happening in this book and no one's talking about it? Yeah, an older dude fell in love of a child.
FBI, open up!
In conclusion, that were some of the books that I collect over the end of 2019, 2020. And I don't buy a lot of books in physical form because when I moved to Panama from Venezuela, I have to leave behind a lot of serious books. It's just made me a little bit anxious to, has more books. Like, I just buy the ones I really love, and I don't have a bookshelf. That is other of my goals, that this years I want to buy a really cute bookshelf because I deserve it. Anyway, like, please give me your book recommendation, thriller, horror, non-fiction, and dark romance. I don't know, just leave me your book recommendation, I will check it out. And also, if you want to hear about some broke girl ways to read in a budget, like, I have some tricks, girl. I have you covered. Okay, this was my video. I hope you enjoy. It was really nice to chat with you all. And also I want to thank to everyone that watched my first video and comment and gave a thumbs up. Like, everyone was so nice. I am so happy to try to be part of this community. And I don't know, I want to continue having fun with all of you. Bye.